Senior Bowl is rocking and rolling down in Mobile, and wide receiver 3 is a low-key need for the Minnesota Fighting Vikings, and, if they can help in the return game, even better, right? So here are 3 Senior Bowl wide receivers for the Minnesota Vikings, not named DeVonta Smith, D'Wayne Eskridge, or Kadarius Toney. So, yeah, we want to focus on some other guys because everyone knows who DeVonta Smith is. Everyone is starting to know who D'Wayne Eskridge is, which is kind of annoying, as well as Kadarius Toney. People know. People know, right? So here are 3 guys. Number 1, Shai Smith, the pride of South Carolina. Now, I just want to pronounce it she because it's funny to me. But 5'10", $186, former 4-star recruit from Union, South Carolina. This season posted up 57 catches, 633 yards receiving, 4 touchdowns on 84 targets for the Gamecocks, as well as has a career 21.3 yards per kick return. And he was straight up shaking DBs out of their shoes day one in Mobile. Like, it was really a clinic. Amazing shake, amazing footwork off the line, which was really good to see, because I think one of the big questions about Shai Smith coming in is like, all right, so can he get off of press coverage? Which, the question that we asked about a certain wide receiver last year, and then got answered. Yeah. Because it is good to see, because Shai mainly played from the slot at South Carolina, 68.2% of his snaps. Speed is solid. I'm going to clock in at the 4.4 range. It's not going to be one of the top-end speed demons like there are in this class, but quickness and agility are an absolute plus. He really is a big play waiting to happen. And the Gamecocks did run a lot of screens and bubble screens for him to make plays, but his route tree is pretty refined, especially his deep route tree. So, the nines, the posts, the corners, etc. Did have 6 drops this season, including 2 against Tennessee and 2 against Florida. And I know what you're saying. A small South Carolina wide receiver with good speed and drop issues. But no, Shai is legit. Next up, wide receiver number 2 that's showing up and showing out at the Senior Bowl, Josh Palmer, the pride of Tennessee, Rocky Top. What is up? 6'1", 210 senior, former 3-star recruit from Brampton, Ontario. That's right, coming down from Canada, baby. Let's go. 32 catches, 475 yards receiving, 4 touchdowns on 60 targets this year for the Volunteers. Now, I know what you're saying. Those numbers sort of especially compared to some of these other wide receivers, but his lack of production was really more about quarterback play, because Jared Guantánamo, no. But Palmer can definitely get after it, has good size, has good strength, going to run in the mid 4.4 range, solid catch radius, and is really ahead of the game in terms of footwork and route running. Plus, it is a natural hands catcher away from the body, which is big. I think he's going to be a great outside the numbers option in the 3rd or 4th round. Now, it doesn't really add anything in the kick return game, but, it's whatever. Lastly, wide receiver number 3 for the Minnesota Fighting Vikings doing things at Senior Bowl, Marquez Stevenson. So since the secret's already out about D'Wayne Eskridge, I moved on to Stevenson, right? So 5'10", $182, redshirt senior, former 3-star recruit from Shreveport, Louisiana. Now, he was brought in as part of those really big Tom Herman recruiting classes for the Cougars, Derek King, Ed Oliver, keeping the 5-star recruit at home, etc. Straight line speed is absolutely legit. Could potentially run in the high 4.3 range, depending on what happens with his ankle injury. Big season was 2018, 75 catches, 1,019 yards, 9 touchdowns with Derek King, but only put up 20 catches, 307 and 4 in 5 games this year before hurting his ankle. Also is going to be a kick return dynamo, 26.1 average over his career, plus took 3 to the house over the last 2 seasons. His burst off the line is really scary, man. Like it's a V12 getting off the line. He might have the best 10-yard dash of all the receivers in this class, and that's saying something, especially with guys like Waddle and Eskridge in this class. Plus, is adept at tracking the ball deep, does have an alpha competitiveness to him. I like that. Health could be an issue. So the ankle, which caused him to miss games in 2020, also had an ACL in 2017, plus had a broken collarbone as a freshman. So given his size, but that speed, return prowess, and upside could certainly carry him into day 2. And I think the Vikings could and should be in the market for some wide receiver help, because BC sort of is what he is at this point. BB is going to be restricted free agent. There's no guarantee that he's going to be back. And beyond Jefferson and Thielen, who are better than Devontae Adams, who do you really have? Not really much. KJ Osborne, you're going to rely on him in year 2? But so the Vikings, especially with those glut of 3rd and 4th round picks, should definitely be in the market. And frankly, this is a phenomenal draft class for wide receivers, because all the hype around that 2020 draft class, and certainly is starting to pan out just because Justin Jefferson is really raising up that average of the class. I mean, 2021 might be a better draft class for receivers, as crazy as that sounds. But what are your thoughts? Shai Smith, Josh Palmer, Marquez Stevenson doing things at the Senior Bowl. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.